Hi, I'm Carla Werner. I am a singer-songwriter. I'm currently based in Los Angeles in the USA. I was born and raised in New Zealand, and I've been in the music industry for 15 years. I do a lot of writing in the dance world. I write a lot of folk, and I also write rock music and play in a rock band when I'm living in LA. My Lover's Ghost is an EP that I've put out in January of this year, 2010. My Lover's Ghost really is sort of like a precursor to the next album that I am going to be writing and putting out independently again. Mostly it was just a bunch of acoustic songs, a collection of songs that I had written whilst I was writing for a full-length third album, and I didn't want to waste them, you know. So, and it had been a couple of years since my last release, so I decided to record something in my home. You know, independent music is wonderful like that. You know, there's so many great tools now, great technology around that actually allows you to and stimulates you, you know, want to actually record in your home. It makes things relatively cheaper and easier to do. So I ended up recording most of the EP, there's 6 songs on the EP, and I ended up recording most of the guitar and the vocals in my wardrobe, my roommate's wardrobe.
My lover's ghost still exists.
This new album you released on your own record label,
yes.
Of One Music.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Of One Music and how it got started.
Of One Music is pretty much my philosophy, which is what the title's about, Of One, meaning we're all of one. Once I parted ways with Sony, I didn't actually part ways with them, they dropped me from the label, but that was an interesting experience, and it was great putting a song out through a major record label. But you know, I thought I love making music. I want to record and I want to release in any way I can. So friends said, why don't you do it yourself? And you know, a label is just a name, really. I mean, I had a lot of friends and a lot of help who came in independently because they wanted to be involved with what I was doing. So I was able to make a full-length record, and I just took it from there. All these releases that I'll do will come out on that little label, you know, and distributed on the net. You know, there's many, many great things that independent artists can get away with now because, you know, it's just a watered-down music industry now.
I wanna follow the sunlight chosen ones.
To be an independent artist now, I think with how the industry is shaped up, it's a wonderful opportunity for people to be able to express themselves. And it's easier now because, you know, I mean, there's so many, like you can basically record a track, get it mastered for $50, upload it to somewhere like CD Baby or, you know, wherever. There's all these wonderful digital distribution outlets online now that really help and assist that. The only problem is that how do you get people to actually be exposed to music? Because anyone can make a record now, you know. But I think that if you are a gifted musician enough where you can go out and pick up a guitar and stand behind the song that you've created, and you can translate in a live realm and a live sense, then I think that you have a bit more of a chance to kind of capture a bit more of an audience, you know. But ultimately, at the end of the day, what it really comes down to is it depends on what you're doing it for. You know, if you're doing it for the love of music and you happen to be good at it and you write good songs, well, great, kudos to you, because good things should come, right? You think. I don't know, major labels to me are just really sort of like a financial institution. And the wonderful thing is that with a record label, a major record label, it frees the artist's time up to be able to focus on the work that they're there to do, which is songwrite. And I had that wonderful luxury for a few years when I was with Sony. And I understand that time is such a commodity. When you're an independent artist, you can't always afford to take all this time off, you know, and go off and be this creative type and write all this music. You know, I have to do a day job, you know, sometimes or whatever. And so then my time becomes really important to me. So an independent artist is always going to struggle against having to survive in the world, but also wanting to do what they want to do artistically until they reach a point where they blow up, or they have a song that goes there, or some movie uses a song or whatever, which has happened so much with independent artists. You know, one of their tracks gets put in a movie or whatever. So I guess, you know, sometimes it comes down to a little bit of luck. I have many influences from day dot when I was born on the planet, and I actually discovered music. The very first things that I listened to right till current day, you know, trickles into your subconscious, and everything comes from everybody else, you know, so it's just, you know, your brain will take that influence and turn it around in another way, or your emotion will turn it around in another way. So yeah, since all the music I've ever listened to, from being a little kid to a full-grown adult right now to this very day, has inspired me in some way. Kate Bush, Nina Simone, Radiohead, Nick Drake, Neil Young, PJ Harvey, Led Zeppelin, Bob Marley, South, Phoenix, local natives, Interpol, a lot of hip-hop stuff. I'm into everything. I tend to write a lot with you know, DJs out of UK and Europe, and and I'm working on a full-length record, a full-length dance album, which I hope to release next year. The first DJ, really, the first person who kind of introduced me into that world was Paul Oakenfold. A friend of mine, a mutual friend, said, "Hey, you know, come over and write some music with, come and write some song with Paul Oakenfold." I was like, okay. So I did. It took about 40 minutes. I wrote Southern Sun, and he ended up using it for his album. So that introduced me into that whole, you know, dance world. Genre it's not important to me. It doesn't matter to me. It's whatever I'm feeling at the time. So I just write music. I don't really care about what genre it is, to be honest. I could end up joining a punk metal band next year. I just don't know.